With everything going on in the MCU right now, it's hard to really look down the pipeline, look at the horizon, because there's so much in front of our faces with Spider-Man No Way Home, Doctor Strange 2, all the Disney Plus series that are starting to come out. Heck, we have Shang-Chi, we have The Eternals, which honestly is one of the biggest movies that we're not really talking a lot about right now. That's going to change, I promise, but there's so much there. So when you look into the distance, at the end of Phase 4, on to Phase 5, Kang the Conqueror, Fantastic Four, that's the first thing that comes to mind. Well, we're going to go down a wormhole today. Welcome to the Chaos Multiverse, everybody. Jimmy or Chaos here, and today we are going to talk about a full potential leaked cast. And it's probably going to upset some of you because I know you had your heart set on a certain power couple, a certain acting couple, a duo. But we're going to get into all that. And guys, remember, we are doing a PlayStation 5 giveaway every single month on this channel. Be subscribed, turn on your notifications, leave a like and a comment telling me your favorite Marvel character on any video to enter, and include your Twitter handle. We give one away every single month. So this is going to be your spoiler alert, the alleged grain of salt quote that this is all speculation and it comes from a source that may not really be a good source, but it may be a good source. You guys already know the spin, you know. So I'm just going to tell you that up front. But it's very interesting, and the more I actually learned about it, some of these make a lot of sense. So let's jump into it. I want to give credit to a channel called The Marvel Life. I watched their video on it, I started doing some research, and I found it intriguing enough to talk to you guys. So he states that the leak comes from a Twitter account that actually leaked things about Avengers Endgame months before it came out. And all those leaks came true. Now, he didn't credit the Twitter account. I couldn't find this magical mystery Twitter account, but yeah, that's what we're going with. So once again, you've got your huge, big, chunky grains of salt. So keep that in mind. But it's very interesting what he talked about, because he said that this account leaked the full Fantastic Four cast. And when I say the full cast, I'm talking about Mr. Fantastic, the Invisible Woman, Human Torch, and the Thing. And the potential actors and actresses that were leaked are not who you think they are. Okay, now let's talk about the Fantastic Four really quick. How are they going to be introduced in the MCU? Well, there's multiple ways this could happen. Now that Loki has completely shattered everything and the timelines are running rampant, there's variants of everybody, and Kang the Conqueror is on his way. Things are going to get crazy. Even more crazy after Spider-Man No Way Home. And the Fantastic Four, they've interacted with everybody. The Skrulls, so it could be a Secret Invasion introduction. Namor the Submariner. It could be a Black Panther 2 introduction. Galactus, Silver Surfer, Roman the Accuser, Annihilus. I mean, the list goes on, and the biggest one, their go-to villain, is probably Doctor Doom. So there's going to be multiple angles that Marvel and Kevin Feige can actually introduce the Fantastic Four. I predicted the other day that we will get some form of a teaser in Spider-Man No Way Home. He interacted with the Fantastic Four all over the place in the comics. Now, it may not be anything big. I'm not saying a post-credit scene yet, but it could be something. And then when Doctor Strange Into the Multiverse of Madness gets here, all bets are off, because they can literally introduce anybody they want to. They could give kind of a quick introduction to the X-Men. They could introduce the Fantastic Four. They could introduce all the different variants leading up to Secret Wars, but that's a video for another day. So the Fantastic Four are tied to everything, basically, right? And up until this point, the popular leak has been about Reed Richards and Sue Storm. And that leak has been solely focused on Reed Richards being played by John Krisenski, who stated he would love to play the role. And of course, Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman, being played by his wife, Emily Blunt. And if you guys don't know them, they direct, they act, they do movies together, they did The Quiet Place together. They are a super combo. Very cool. And Emily Blunt kind of nodded off, saying that, well, she put aside the rumors. She said that they haven't been contacted at all, but of course anybody that's working with Marvel is going to say that. That's the song and dance they do, right? But as of right now, there's no confirmation. But if you go Google Fantastic Four MCU, all you see is John's face plastered everywhere as Mr. Fantastic and Emily Blunt as Sue Storm. Let's go away from that. Let's say that's not happening at all. Let's say Marvel is going to pivot in a big way, and they are going to go for people that you may not even know that well, but they could fit the role even better just from a physical aspect. As in, we look at them and we say, I can see the Human Torch in that guy. I can see the Invisible Woman in that lady. And that could be a very, very good angle that they go with. This is Marvel. They're not going to do exactly what you think. Yes, they're going to go for a lot of heavy hitter kind of project headliner names, but they also bring us people that we've never heard of before. So let's go down this list that the Marvel Life talked about from the secret Twitter account that leaked the casting. And whenever Fantastic Four does get announced, and they do announce the actual cast, let's come back to this video and let's see if we were right, if we were wrong, or if it was just way, way off. And if it was right, we need to go find that secret Twitter account because whoever's running it, well, they know what they're doing. So let's start off with Reed Richards himself, Mr. Fantastic. And this is going to be super interesting because remember, there is a form of Kang the Conqueror. Well, actually, it's not a form. He Who Remains, whatever. Nathan Richards is a direct descendant of Reed Richards. Now, is that going to tie in the MCU canon? I don't know, but it's going to be crazy. Anyway, Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic. The leak says James Woke. You can see him on the screen right now. As soon as I see him, I say, Jimmy, that could be a Reed Richards. Yeah. It could. Now, you may know him, you may not. He played in Mad Men. He played in the CBS drama Zoo. And he has a little bit of superhero movie experience because he was in the HBO series The Watchmen. Much, much lesser known than John Krasinski. And don't get me wrong, John Krasinski could play Reed Richards. Definitely. You just look at him and he's got that part for sure. But this guy has that look. The next one is Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman. And the secret Twitter leak says Lucy Boynton. Now, you may know her, you may not. She has been in Law & Order episodes. She was Beatrix Potter in the Miss Potter series. And I could see this. I could definitely see her, at least from just a visual aspect, portraying the Invisible Woman. Now, acting skills, I'd have to go back and watch all their series and everything they've been part of, so I can't really give an opinion on that yet. But just from a visual standpoint, I'm okay so far. Next up, we have Johnny Storm, the Human Torch. This one, I really, really think could be something they go with. If it's true at all, I like this one. This one is Thomas Brody Sangster, and he is the voice of Ferb and Phineas, and he was in Game of Thrones, and he was Simon and Nanny McPhee. Just looking at him, this one works. This one works really good. Now, I think he's in his 30s, but he doesn't look like he's in his 30s, and Johnny is the youngest of the group, so I think this one could actually play out right. And the last one is Ben Grimm, The Thing. And the leak says, from our super secret Twitter account, I love this one, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Negan, The Walking Dead. He's been on a lot of other stuff too, but everybody knows him as Negan, and I think he would be a home run pick for Ben Grimm. I think he needs to be in the MCU one way or another, whether it's as a villain or a Fantastic Four core member, whatever. Get Jeffrey Dean Morgan in the MCU. So that's your list. We've got James Woke, Lucy Boynton, Thomas Brody Sangster, and Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Is this going to end up happening? Who knows? But it's fun to talk about. You guys let me know what you think. And if you don't like these picks, you tell me who you think should be cast for the Fantastic Four. I'll see you guys soon.